Welcome to the Deep Dive, the show where we try to unearth crucial insights from, well, a mountain of information and serve them up in a way that's both enlightening and genuinely engaging.
Yeah, making sense of it all.
Exactly. Today, we're plunging into a world that has comforted and healed humanity for thousands of years. The world of deliberate warmth and profound relaxation. Think about it. From ancient communal rituals steeped in tradition to the cutting-edge pursuit of modern wellness, the allure of heat therapy is truly timeless.
It really is.
It's far more than just, a momentary escape from the everyday. It's a simple, surprisingly accessible practice that, as we'll uncover, holds surprising keys to profound health benefits.
Yeah, definitely.
So settle in, because we're about to embark on a deep dive into the fascinating world of saunas and beyond.
That's precisely our mission. We've sifted through a substantial stack of peer-reviewed articles, groundbreaking research papers, and expert protocols on heat therapy.
A lot of reading then.
Oh, yeah. Our goal today is to distill the most impactful, actionable insights from all this material to give you a crystal clear understanding of how sauna use truly influences your health, both mentally and physically.
Okay.
We'll investigate its surprising and increasingly well-documented role in longevity and meticulously delve into the underlying mechanisms that make it so remarkably effective.
The how it works part.
Exactly. We'll also trace its rich and varied history, bringing it right up to the present day, and explore a wealth of practical ways you can thoughtfully incorporate this powerful tool into your own life, including highly accessible alternatives like hot baths.
Ah, good alternatives too.
Yeah. This deep dive is all about equipping you with all the essential knowledge you need to be exceptionally well-informed without the overwhelming information overload you often encounter when trying to navigate complex health topics.
And to be clear, we're not just talking about the immediate feel-good sensation, though. That's certainly a wonderful benefit.
Right, although that's nice too.
Definitely. We're going to uncover compelling scientific evidence that suggests saunas could be a powerful, non-pharmacological, and surprisingly accessible tool for long-term vitality, enhanced resilience, and a genuine investment in your overall well-being. This isn't just about comfort. It's about a profound physiological recalibration. Okay, let's unpack this and journey back through time. So we're talking about something far more significant than just a fleeting trend. In fact, if we truly want to understand its power, we have to rewind the clock, because the allure of heat therapy isn't a modern discovery at all. It's woven into the very fabric of human history.
Absolutely.
The fundamental practice of bathing in heat, whether for hygiene, physical health, Sokiva connection, or even profound spiritual purposes, stretches back thousands of years.
Thousands, yeah.
It feels almost like a universal human need, echoed across countless cultures worldwide, each developing its own unique expression.
You've absolutely hit on a fundamental truth. What's truly fascinating is how these diverse traditions, despite sharing that core essence of warmth and purification, have blossomed into distinct practices, each with its own rituals and characteristics.
Right.
Let's begin with the Finnish sauna, which is arguably the most globally recognized and certainly the most extensively studied form of heat therapy in modern scientific literature.
That's where most of the research comes from, isn't it?
A huge amount, yes. In Finland, it's not merely a recreational activity. It is quite literally deeply integrated into daily life. Consider this astonishing statistic. For a population of 5.5 million people, Finland boasts an incredible 3 million saunas.
Wow, 3 million.
3 million. That's nearly 1 for every 2 individuals. These are traditionally dry saunas operating at very high temperatures, typically ranging from 80 to 100 degrees Celsius, which translates to a robust 176 to 212 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's pretty hot.
Oh, yeah. Maintained with exceptionally low relative humidity, usually around 10–20%. Sessions are typically short, lasting anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes, and often Finns will intersperse these dry periods with bursts of increased humidity by throwing water over the heated rocks, a practice known as loili.
Loili, right, that wave of steam.
Exactly, which creates a momentary wave of steam and intense heat. This practice is a cornerstone of family life, found in homes, apartments, summer cottages, and public spaces, serving as a hub for both relaxation and essential social connection. It's where business deals are struck, families bond, and quiet contemplation flourishes.
That statistic about 3 million saunas truly puts its cultural significance into perspective. It's not just a casual activity, it's woven into the very fabric of their society.
It absolutely is.
But Finland is far from the only culture to embrace heat.
Far from it. Then you have the Turkish hammam, which offers a completely different yet equally profound experience steeped in luxury, hospitality, and communal ritual.
Okay, so different vibe entirely.
Totally different. Unlike the intense dry heat of a Finnish sauna, a hamma is more about gradual acclimation to moist heat. The experience typically begins in a warm room, allowing the body to gently perspire, followed by a thorough cleansing ritual. This often involves a skilled attendant, known as a telek, providing a vigorous scrub and exfoliation on heated marble slabs, removing dead skin cells and promoting circulation.
That's intense, but good.
It is. This isn't just a physical cleansing, it's a social occasion, a space for slowing down, engaging in conversation, and communal relaxation, often concluding with a soothing massage and a cup of tea.
Ah, lovely.
It's less about a sudden shock of dry heat and more about a holistic, unhurried journey of purification and sensory indulgence.
So less of a dry heat shock, more of a luxurious, steamy journey. I can almost feel the relaxation just hearing about it. It sounds like the intention behind these traditions is as important as the heat itself.
You've absolutely nailed it. The hammam, for example, isn't just about the physical cleansing. It's a social ritual, a space for slowing down and connecting. This multi-layered experience is truly what sets it apart from simply getting hot.
Yeah.
And we see similar deep cultural roots, albeit with different expressions, in places like Japan. While not traditional saunas in the Finnish sense, the Japanese onsen and sentu traditions are deeply embedded in their cultural ethos.
Onsen, the hot springs, right?
Exactly. Onsen are natural hot springs sourced from Japan's abundant geothermal activity. These mineral-rich waters are not just for bathing, they're revered for their believed therapeutic benefits, often thought to relieve conditions like arthritis and skin ailments, fostering a profound connection with nature.
That connection to nature sounds key.
It is. Sentu, on the other hand, are urban public bathhouses, emphasizing communal connection and bathing rituals within a city setting. What's particularly interesting is how modern Japanese culture has actively embraced and often combines these ancient bathing traditions with the more contemporary Finnish-style saunas.
Oh, interesting. So they mix and match.
They do, showing a progressive embrace of various heat therapies for diverse benefits.
It's remarkable how these practices resonate globally. And speaking of unique variations, what about the Russian banya or other indigenous traditions around the world? They all seem to share that core essence of seeking warmth, clarity, and connection.
Indeed, and speaking of unique variations, the Russian banya offers a distinctly invigorating and often intense experience.
I've heard they're intense.
They can be. Unlike the drier Finnish sauna, the banya typically utilizes higher humidity and incorporates a famous ritual called perini, where bathers are gently flogged or massaged with bundles of leafy birch, oak, or eucalyptus branches known as veniks.
Flogged. Sounds painful.
Well, it's more like a vigorous leafy massage. This isn't merely a physical sensation. The veniks, when soaked in hot water, release aromatic oils and stimulate circulation intensely, creating a therapeutic steam and an exhilarating warmth that penetrates deep into the muscles.
Okay, that makes more sense. The oils and circulation.
Exactly. This is often followed by a dramatic plunge into cold water, or even rolling in snow, which provides a shocking but invigorating contrast. The banya is a very communal and intense experience, deeply rooted in ancient Slavic healing practices, aiming for profound cleansing, invigoration, and social bonding.
Right. That hot cold contrast comes up a lot.
It does. Then, moving across continents, we find indigenous sweat lodges across various Native American and other indigenous cultures. These are often domed structures, typically made of natural materials like saplings and blankets, where heated stones are brought inside and water is poured over them to create steam.
A much more spiritual focus there.
Profoundly spiritual, yes. The sweat lodge ceremony is a profound spiritual ritual, often led by an elder, used for purification, prayer, healing, and community connection. It's a sacred space, far more than just a place to sweat, emphasizing harmony with nature and spiritual renewal. These traditions aren't just relics of the past. They're powerful reminders in our fast-paced modern world of the importance of slowing down, embracing rituals, and connecting with ourselves and others.
Yeah, we need those reminders.
Whether it's a family gathering in a Finnish sauna or a solitary moment of reflection in a sweat lodge, these practices have truly stood the test of time because they meet fundamental human needs.
You've painted such a vivid picture of the global tapestry of heat therapy. It really highlights how deeply ingrained this practice is in human well-being. And speaking of modern times, the sauna landscape has definitely evolved from these ancient roots. It's not just about the old-school wood-fired rooms anymore, is it?
Not at all.
What are the key distinctions between the types of saunas we see today, and how accessible are they becoming?
You're absolutely right. The landscape has diversified significantly, making heat therapy more available to a wider audience. The most traditional and extensively researched are the Finnish-style saunas, often simply called traditional saunas or conventional saunas. These work by heating the air around you, typically to temperatures ranging from 150 to 195 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 60 to 90 degrees Celsius.
So pretty high.
Yep. They can be very dry with low humidity, or become wet if you pour water over heated rocks, which then creates that burst of steam and a feeling of increased heat. Crucially, most of the extensive scientific research on sauna health benefits, particularly concerning cardiovascular outcomes and longevity, is based on this traditional type.
Right.
So when you hear about remarkable study findings, chances are they're referring to this classic sauna experience.
That makes complete sense. So the tried and true method is where much of the compelling evidence comes from.
Exactly. Then we have infrared saunas, which are a more recent and increasingly popular development.
Ah, yes, the infrared ones.
Instead of heating the air, they use infrared light emitters to directly penetrate and heat your body.
So it heats you, not the room as much.
Precisely. This means they generally operate at lower air temperatures, usually between 45 to 60 degrees Celsius, or about 110 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, that's quite a bit lower.
It is. Many people find these lower temperatures significantly more comfortable, allowing for longer sessions, and they're often easier to install and use in a home setting, requiring less power and complex ventilation.
Right, easier for home use.
Yeah. Far infrared heat, specifically, is known for its ability to penetrate deeply into the body's tissues, approximately 2/3 centimeters, offering a different kind of internal warming sensation and potentially different therapeutic pathways. This deep penetration is thought to be particularly effective for muscle relaxation and pain relief.
And I've heard about steam rooms, too. How do they fit into this heat therapy picture, especially compared to dry saunas?
Steam rooms utilize extremely high humidity, often 100% relative humidity, to create a moist heat environment, typically at lower temperatures than dry saunas, around 100 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
So super humid, lower temp.
Exactly. While they certainly offer heat therapy and are often preferred for respiratory benefits, skin hydration, and joint muscle relief, it's currently unclear whether they evoke precisely the same degree of physiological responses as dry saunas.
Oh, why is that?
This is primarily because the high humidity in a steam room significantly reduces the evaporation of sweat from your skin.
Ah, okay. The sweat can't evaporate as easily.
Right. Since sweat evaporation is a key mechanism for cooling the body and for triggering some of the more intense, beneficial physiological adaptations we observe in dry saunas, the comparative effects can differ, though they still offer valuable benefits.
That's a crucial distinction that helps us understand the different experiences. But beyond the types, what's really striking is how saunas are becoming so much more accessible now, isn't it?
Definitely.
They're not just confined to high-end spas or exclusive gyms anymore. What's driving that shift, and what opportunities does this broader accessibility open up for public health?
It's a significant societal shift. The trend is moving rapidly towards democratizing heat therapy. We're seeing a surge in outdoor saunas, innovative modular units, and various home use systems becoming incredibly popular and more affordable.
Yeah, you see them everywhere now.
This growing accessibility really capitalizes on the increasing need for lifestyle interventions that are non-pharmacological and relatively easy to integrate, especially for populations who might face significant barriers to engaging in traditional exercise.
Ah, that's a key point. People who maybe can't exercise intensely.
Exactly. Think about individuals managing obesity, chronic heart failure, chronic renal failure, or chronic liver disease for these groups, where high-intensity exercise might be challenging or contraindicated. Regular sauna use can offer a valuable therapeutic alternative to achieve some of the cardiovascular and metabolic benefits typically associated with physical activity.
Right.
It provides a means to gently yet effectively stress the system in a controlled, beneficial way without the physical exertion.
That's where it gets really interesting. It transforms the sauna from being seen merely as a luxury or a post-workout indulgence into a legitimate, accessible wellness tool for a broader range of people, potentially impacting public health on a larger scale.
Precisely.
Now let's peel back the layers even further and talk about what's actually happening inside your body when you step into that heated environment. It's not just about getting hot and sweaty, is it?
Not at all.
There's a sophisticated and intelligent physiological dance happening behind the scenes that truly taps into our innate self-regulation.
That's the core of its power. The body's response to deliberate heat exposure is quite complex and remarkably closely mimics how it responds to moderate aerobic exercise.
Mimics exercise. How so?
Well, when you enter a sauna, the first immediate reaction is a rapid elevation of your skin temperature, which then causes your core body temperature to rise by 1 or 2 degrees Celsius. This intense short-term heat acts as a mild beneficial stressor.
Hormesis, right? That beneficial stress idea.
Exactly, hormesis. It triggers your body's intricate thermoregulatory pathways. This primary response originates in the hypothalamus, the brain's master regulator, and spreads through the central nervous system. This, in turn, rapidly activates your autonomic nervous system, leading to a profound cascade of physiological changes throughout your body.
So it's like your body's internal thermostat kicks into high gear, recognizing this beneficial stress and initiating a systemic response.
Precisely. This activation of the sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for your fight or flight responses, but here engaged in a controlled way, along with the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal, HPA, hormonal axis, your primary stress response system, and even the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, which regulates blood pressure and fluid balance, collectively leads to well-documented cardiovascular effects.
Okay, so a lot is happening systemically.
A lot. You'll immediately notice an increased heart rate, often reaching 120, 150 beats per minute, similar to a brisk walk or jog.
Wow.
There's a significant increase in skin blood flow as blood vessels dilate to radiate heat away, and a substantial boost in cardiac output, meaning your heart is pumping more blood per minute. This entire systemic response closely parallels the physiological adaptations observed during moderate aerobic exercise, which is why sauna bathing is often described as a passive form of cardiovascular conditioning. In essence, your circulatory system gets a workout without the musculoskeletal impact.
That's amazing, a workout for your heart without lifting a finger.
Okay.
But then your body needs to actively cool itself down, right, to maintain that crucial internal balance.
Exactly. The resultant heavy sweating is the body's primary elegant mechanism to maintain temperature homeostasis.
Can't forget the sweating.
Definitely not. As the sweat evaporates from your skin surface, it produces a powerful cooling effect, which helps your body meticulously maintain a relatively constant core body temperature, despite the external heat. It's a remarkable display of your innate self-regulation system kicking in, preventing overheating and demonstrating your body's adaptability. Beyond these immediate, visible physical responses, we also observe significant and beneficial hormonal changes. Research has documented reduced levels of epinephrine and norepinephrine, which are common stress hormones.
So that explains the calm feeling afterwards.
It contributes significantly, yes. Conversely, there are increased levels of nitric oxide metabolites in both blood and urine, nitric oxide being a crucial molecule for promoting vascular health and blood flow.
Good for blood vessels.
Very good. Intriguingly, there's a robust increase in serum levels of growth hormone, GH, a vital hormone for muscle repair and metabolism, as well as adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH, and cortisol, indicating a mild, controlled stress response that ultimately leads to resilience.
Growth hormone boost. Interesting.
Yeah, and interestingly, studies have also shown decreased fasting blood glucose levels, increased plasma ghrelin levels, ghrelin being a hormone that stimulates hunger, suggesting a metabolic shift, and reduced urinary levels of prostaglandins, which are involved in inflammation.
Wow. So what does this all mean for us, our listeners? It means these complex, multi-pathway end-organ effects on our nervous system, our vascular endothelium, and our hormonal axes are continuously being documented, showing just how deeply heat therapy taps into our body's innate self-regulation capabilities. In essence, your body is being put through a beneficial tune-up at a hormonal and metabolic level, impacting everything from how you manage stress and hunger to your overall cellular efficiency. Is there a single overarching message for our listeners about what this complex physiological dance achieves in the long term?
The overarching message is one of profound adaptation and resilience. This physiological dance, while appearing as acute stress, ultimately strengthens your body's ability to cope with future stressors, both physical and psychological.
Okay.
It's like a controlled challenge that upgrades your internal operating system, making it more robust and efficient, enhances blood flow, improves metabolic function, and optimizes hormonal balance, all contributing to a more capable and resilient you in the long run.
That really drives home the point. It sounds like our bodies are incredibly clever at adapting to stress, especially when it's beneficial stress like heat.
They really are.
And speaking of clever adaptations, let's talk about something called heat shock proteins, or HSPs. These sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but they're apparently vital for our cellular health.
They are, and the term molecular chaperones is a perfect nickname for them. Heat shock proteins, HSPs, are indeed crucial to maintaining our physical, emotional, and mental health.
Molecular chaperones.
Okay. Think of them as your cell's elite quality control team or even emergency responders. Their primary, incredibly vital function is to help prevent protein misfolding.
Protein misfolding. Why is that bad?
Well, correctly folded proteins are essential for virtually every function within your cells, from transporting oxygen to catalyzing reactions. Misfolded proteins, on the other hand, are strongly associated with the pathology of various neurodegenerative diseases, including Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and Huntington's.
Ah, okay, so very serious consequences.
Very serious. HSPs are constantly on patrol, ensuring proteins are correctly structured and functional, and swiftly intervening to refold or dispose of those that aren't.
So they're not just tiny repair crews inside our cells, they're like critical architects and recyclers, ensuring cellular integrity.
Exactly. Beyond that crucial function, HSPs regulate a vast number of genes that actively combat elements of cellular aging, such as damage to DNA, proteins, and lipids.
Wow.
They even help prevent the loss of stem cell function, which is critical for tissue repair and regeneration. They also increase the production of genes involved in DNA repair pathways, tumor suppression, and enhancing immune function, further mediating the deleterious effects of aging and maintaining cellular robustness.
So they're involved in anti-aging and immune function too.
Yes, and moreover, they play a direct role in autophagy, which is your body's natural cellular cleansing process, where it efficiently clears out damaged or dysfunctional cellular components, essentially hitting the reset button on your cells.
Autophagy, the cellular cleanup crew. Got it. That's an incredible portfolio for one type of protein. Like a multi-tool for cellular longevity.
It really is.
How effective is sauna use at stimulating their production?
Heat shock protein production is quite readily and powerfully stimulated by various heat therapies, and studies specifically on sauna use suggest it can lead to a significant 50–100% increase in HSP levels, sometimes even more, depending on the protocol.
50 to 100% increase. That's substantial.
It is. While HSP production isn't unique to saunas, it also occurs naturally with intense exercise. For instance, sauna use has been shown to be a particularly potent and accessible way to induce this beneficial cellular response. The body perceives the elevated temperature as a mild stressor and responds by upregulating these protective proteins.
And there's a direct and significant link to brain health here, right? This isn't just about general cellular health.
Yes, there absolutely is. For example, groundbreaking studies have shown a remarkable correlation. When middle-aged adults consistently engaged in sauna therapy at least twice a week, their risk of developing dementia and Alzheimer's disease dropped significantly.
Wow, that's huge. Twice a week linked to lower dementia risk.
It's a very strong finding. This suggests a profound neuroprotective effect. HSPs also play a protective role in individuals impacted by acute brain injuries, like strokes and traumatic brain injuries, helping to mitigate damage and support recovery processes in neurological tissue. This makes them a fascinating area of research for preventing and managing brain health challenges.
That really frames HSPs as a fascinating example of how our bodies adapt to beneficial stress. It provides a deeper understanding of sauna's protective effects, not just for the body, but for the brain as well, offering a glimpse into some of the fundamental mechanisms underpinning its benefits.
Precisely.
All right, let's zoom out from the cellular level to the grand systems of our body, starting with the most vital, the heart. When we talk about saunas, the conversation inevitably turns to cardiovascular health and longevity. Can regular sauna use really be a shortcut, or at least a powerful complement, to a healthier heart and a longer, more vibrant life?
There's increasingly robust and compelling evidence supporting that, especially from large-scale long-term studies. One of the most significant pieces of research comes from a prospective study that followed 2,315 Finnish men for over 20 years.
The Finnish men again.
Those Finnish men provide great data. They meticulously examined their sauna use and its impact on cardiovascular outcomes and lifespan. What they uncovered was a clear and remarkable dose-response relationship for reduced mortality risk.
Dose response meaning more is better.
Generally, yes. in this context. Compared to men using a sauna just once a week, those who used it moderately, meaning 2 to 3 times per week, were a striking 22% less likely to experience sudden cardiac death.
22%. Well,
Even more impressively, frequent users, defined as 4 to 7 times per week, were a remarkable 63% less likely to experience sudden cardiac death.
63%. That's huge.
It's a massive reduction. Beyond specific cardiac events, this study also found a substantial 40% reduction in all-cause mortality with 4 to 7 sauna sessions per week.
40% lower risk of dying from anything.
From anything, yes, during the follow-up period. This relationship was notably linear, with no apparent threshold effect, suggesting that more frequent use generally conferred greater benefits. Furthermore, the duration of each sauna session per week was also inversely associated with cardiovascular disease mortality.
So frequency and duration matter.
Both seem to play a role. Crucially, when researchers added sauna frequency to establish CVD mortality risk prediction models, it significantly improved their accuracy, indicating its independent predictive power.
Those are staggering numbers, especially a 40% reduction in all-cause mortality. That's definitely something that commands attention, pointing to a profound impact on overall health span.
It absolutely is. Beyond mortality, regular sauna bathing is also robustly associated with a reduced risk of hypertension or high blood pressure.
Okay, blood pressure too.
Yes. This benefit is primarily due to improved arterial compliance. That's the elasticity and flexibility of your arteries, which is crucial for efficient blood flow.
Making arteries less stiff.
Exactly. The same Finnish study showed that men who used the sauna 2 to 3 times per week had a 24% lower risk of hypertension, and those who used it 4 to 7 times per week had an even more significant 46% lower risk.
Wow, nearly half the risk for frequent users.
Almost half. What's even more compelling is that even a single sauna session has been shown to acutely lower blood pressure and transiently improve arterial compliance, suggesting it can serve as a non-pharmacological means to address or even prevent hypertension for some individuals.
So it's not just preventing future issues, but actively improving existing conditions. That's powerful. What about people already struggling with heart failure?
For patients diagnosed with congestive heart failure, CHF, sauna therapy, particularly repeated heat therapy, has shown significant and often dramatic benefit.
Really, even with heart failure?
Yes, under medical supervision, of course. Studies have demonstrated improved ventricular function, meaning the heart's pumping efficiency reduced cardiothoracic ratios, which reflect a smaller, healthier heart size, and improved functional classifications of disease, indicating better quality of life and less severe symptoms.
That's incredible improvement.
There's even a remarkable and somewhat groundbreaking study involving infants with ventricular septal defects, or VSDs, which are holes in the heart.
Infants, wow.
In this study, daily 5-minute sauna sessions for 4 weeks decreased VSD shunt flow ratios, astonishingly averting surgical repair in many cases.
Avoiding surgery, that's amazing.
It is. It has also been shown to reduce ventricular arrhythmias, which are dangerous abnormal heart rhythms. This illustrates the profound and diverse impact heat therapy can have on cardiac function.
That's truly incredible, particularly for such vulnerable patients as infants. What about conditions affecting circulation in the limbs, like PUDA?
For individuals with peripheral arterial disease, PAD, where blood flow to the limbs is restricted, regular sauna sessions have led to measurable improvements. Patients reported decreased leg pain, improved walking distance, and even an increase in visible collateral vessels.
Collateral vessels, like natural bypass.
Exactly. New bypass blood vessels the body forms to go around blockages. This makes it a promising, low-impact alternative or complement for those who face barriers to exercise due to their condition. Furthermore, regular sauna sessions can lead to decreased total and LDL, or bad cholesterol levels, contributing to overall cardiovascular health.
Lower bad cholesterol, too. The benefits keep stacking up.
They do. The sustained heat induces significant vasodilation, the widening of arteries and capillaries throughout the body, which not only increases blood flow to the skin, but also promotes the production of molecules that help with cell growth, repair, and protection of blood vessels, fostering a healthier vascular system.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener? It means sauna use can offer some profound and widespread physiological changes that positively impact one of our body's most vital systems, from basic blood pressure regulation to complex heart conditions and even vessel repair.
Right.
It's a compelling argument for integrating heat therapy into your life. However, It's also important to acknowledge that while incredibly promising and even mimicking exercise effects, sauna shouldn't replace regular, intense exercise for heart health where exercise is possible.
That's a crucial point. It's additive.
It's best viewed as a powerful additive tool that can enhance and support an active lifestyle or serve as a therapeutic bridge for those who can't exercise traditionally.
Well said.
Beyond heart health, saunas seem to have a significant and surprisingly diverse role in muscle health and athletic performance. This sounds like more than just a place to relax and sweat out toxins post-workout, right?
Oh, much more.
Sounds like a strategic performance tool.
You've hit the nail on the head. Saunas can indeed be a really strategic tool for physical fitness and recovery, extending far beyond simply feeling good after a tough session. For post-workout recovery, the heat genuinely helps alleviate muscle tension, reduces soreness by flushing out metabolic waste products, and significantly speeds up overall recovery time.
Faster recovery is always good.
Definitely. The release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, is thought to contribute to this soothing effect on sore muscles. BDNF, often called miracle grow for your brain, is a protein that stimulates the growth of new brain cells and supports the survival of existing ones.
BDNF, okay. And that helps muscles too.
In the context of muscle recovery, it's thought to play a role in calming neural pathways, reducing the perception of pain, and supporting the repair process, making that post-sauna muscle relief more than just a fleeting sensation.
So it's not just a subjective feeling of relief. There's a biological process at play that actively promotes healing.
Precisely. And when it comes to increased endurance, the research is compelling. One study showed that just 30-minute sauna sessions, taken twice a week for 3 weeks immediately post-workout, dramatically increased the time to exhaustion by a significant 32% in distance runners.
32% longer? That's huge for a runner.
It's a massive improvement. This was accompanied by measurable increases in plasma volume and red blood cells, which are absolutely crucial for efficient oxygen transport throughout the body, especially to working muscles during prolonged exertion.
More plasma, more red blood cells. Basically better oxygen delivery.
Exactly. This means your body becomes more efficient at delivering oxygen and nutrients where they're needed most.
That's a huge boost for endurance athletes. How does this relate to what's called heat acclimation, which I've heard athletes talk about?
Regular heat exposure, like that provided by saunas, induces what's known as heat acclimation. This involves a series of profound physiological adaptations that improve your body's ability to regulate its temperature and, as a direct result, significantly enhance athletic performance, particularly in hot environments.
So it helps you perform better when it's hot out.
Significantly better. This leads to reduced cardiovascular strain, meaning your heart works less hard for a given workload, resulting in a lower heart rate.
Lower heart rate for the same effort. Nice.
Yeah. Heat acclimation also increases blood flow to skeletal muscles, effectively fueling them with glucose and fatty acids more efficiently. Critically, it can significantly reduce glycogen use by 40–50% during exercise.
Whoa, conserve that much glycogen. That's preventing the bonk.
Precisely. It helps athletes avoid hitting the wall or bonking during prolonged exertion by conserving the primary fuel source. Furthermore, your sweat rate is markedly improved, occurring at a lower core temperature and sustained for longer periods, which dramatically enhances your body's ability to cool itself and prevent overheating. Think of it this way. Your body essentially becomes a finely tuned racing engine in the heat, using its fuel much more efficiently. It's like your internal AC unit gets a significant upgrade, making those hot runs or intense workouts feel a lot less draining.
That's fascinating. It's literally training your body to perform better in challenging conditions and to manage its resources more effectively. And what about maintaining muscle mass, especially as we age or if we're recovering from an injury? That's a common concern for many.
That's another remarkable and often underappreciated benefit. Heat treatments have been shown to prevent muscular atrophy, the wasting away of muscle, during periods of immobilization or disuse, such as after an injury or during prolonged bed rest.
Prevent muscle loss when you're laid up. That's huge.
It's incredibly important. Studies have observed significant increases in heat shock protein levels, as we discussed earlier, and a measurable attenuation of muscle loss by as much as 37% in human studies. This is incredibly important for recovery and maintaining functional independence.
37% less muscle loss.
Yeah.
That's significant.
It is. Moreover, heat exposure can also enhance myogenesis, which is the generation of new skeletal muscle cells and the repair of existing ones, suggesting its relevance for slowing age-related sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass and strength that naturally occurs with aging.
Sarcopenia, yeah, that age-related muscle loss.
Ah.
So heat could help with that too.
The evidence suggests it could play a role, yes. It means you're actively supporting your muscle integrity even without direct physical exertion.
So whether you're a competitive athlete looking for an edge, someone recovering from an injury, or just like me, trying to maintain muscle and energy as the years go by, sauna therapy offers a surprising science-backed boost.
Absolutely.
It's truly more than just an indulgence. It's a strategic tool for physical longevity.
Couldn't agree more.
It's clear that saunas offer a lot for our physical prowess, but the benefits don't stop there. Let's delve into other important physical health impacts, particularly for our respiratory system, which many might not immediately connect with sauna use.
Indeed. The warm, often dry air of a traditional sauna can offer tangible benefits for breathing and lung function. It helps warm airways, reduces bronchial constriction, and can alleviate congestion, promoting overall lung function.
Okay, so helps open things up.
Exactly. This is particularly beneficial for individuals with chronic respiratory conditions like asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD.
Asthma and COPD.
Interesting.
Studies on COPD patients have shown measurable improvements in forced expiratory flow, FEF50, which is a measure of how quickly air can be exhaled, decreased pulmonary artery pressures, and remarkably, increased exercise times, meaning they could perform physical activity for longer.
Better breathing and better exercise tolerance for COPD patients.
That's what the research indicates. For those suffering from allergic rhinitis, improvements in peak nasal inspiratory flow rates and forced expiratory volume, FEV1, another key measure of lung function, were observed.
So potentially helpful for allergies too. It seems so. While traditional saunas offer these benefits, wet saunas, with their higher humidity, may particularly help hydrate the respiratory tract and thin mucus, making it easier to clear, providing distinct relief for congested airways.
So, dry for constriction, maybe wet for congestion.
That's a plausible way to think about it, yes.
So it's literally helping people breathe easier, which is a significant quality of life improvement for millions. What about chronic pain? That's a pervasive issue for so many.
For chronic pain syndromes, the evidence is promising. Research indicates that regular sauna use may significantly alleviate various types of persistent discomfort. For instance, studies have shown a remarkable 44% reduction in the intensity of tension headaches within just 6 weeks of regular sauna use.
44% reduction in tension headache intensity. Wow.
It's significant. For general chronic pain, particularly musculoskeletal pain, there's evidence suggesting an increased likelihood of return to work and decreased anger levels among those who incorporated sauna therapy into their routines.
Return to work and less anger. That points to major quality of life improvements.
Absolutely. This points to both direct physical relief and an indirect psychological benefit from managing chronic pain more effectively. The warmth helps relax muscles, increase circulation, and likely modulates pain perception through endorphin release.
That's incredible. Pain relief and even emotional regulation through heat. Are there any other specific physical benefits the research highlights that might surprise our listeners?
While more research is certainly needed to fully understand the mechanisms, some studies suggest saunas may help manage psoriasis flare-ups, possibly by improving skin barrier function and reducing inflammation, though this area requires further investigation.
Psoriasis, okay, another potential benefit.
And on a broader, more systemic note, general heat exposure, through the concept of hormesis, where a low dose of stress triggers a beneficial adaptive response, can contribute to a generally enhanced immune system function.
Boosting the immune system through that hormetic stress again.
Exactly. Regular mild stress from heat can prime the immune system, making it more robust and ready to respond to pathogens, which is part of the body's overall resilience building. This translates to potentially fewer common colds and infections for regular users.
So we're talking about a broad range of physical benefits, making the sauna a surprisingly versatile and accessible tool for various health goals, from better breathing to significant pain management and even strengthening our fundamental immune defenses.
That sums it up well.
Now, let's turn our attention to something equally vital, especially in today's demanding and often overwhelming world: mental well-being.
Very important.
Can simply sitting in a heated room truly help us manage stress and improve our mood? It almost sounds too good to be true, given the complexity of mental health.
It might sound simplistic, but the mechanisms at play are quite profound and multifaceted. The heat in a sauna helps cortisol, our primary stress hormone, dissipate.
Cortisol dissipation.
You can almost feel it happening physically. The elevated temperature and subsequent sweating act as a physical release, creating a powerful sense of calm and helping you to reorganize and quiet your thoughts.
Right.
Even just a 20-minute session can leave you feeling perceptibly lighter, more centered, and more grounded, as if the mental clutter and stress of the day have literally evaporated with the sweat. This isn't just anecdotal. There's a real physiological unwinding happening.
You can almost visualize the cortisol dissipating as the heat wraps around you. It's a very tangible sensation, almost like a mental cleanse.
It absolutely is. Beyond that, saunas act as a natural and potent mood booster by triggering the rapid release of endorphins, those well-known feel-good hormones.
Endorphins.
Yeah.
Knew they'd come up.
Can't talk about feeling good without them. These natural opioids produced by your body promote feelings of joy, euphoria, and profound relaxation, making it easier to approach your day with a clearer, more positive mindset. This endorphin release is intrinsically linked to the physiological discomfort, even if slight, that you initially experience in the heat. It's the body's ancient reward system kicking in, teaching you that adapting to a beneficial stressor brings about a sense of well-being.
And it's not just the biochemicals, is it? There's also the profound mental shift of actively taking that time for yourself in a dedicated space.
Exactly. The simple, deliberate act of prioritizing this routine, of setting aside uninterrupted time for a sauna session, sends a powerful and affirming message to your mind that you are worthy of self-care, focus, and quiet reflection.
Yeah, that self-care message is powerful.
It is. This ripple effect often leads to increased self-confidence, improved self-esteem, and a greater overall sense of well-being and agency over your own health. It's an investment not just in your physical health, but crucially in your mental resilience and self-worth. To underscore this, a fascinating study conducted in northern Sweden found that individuals who were regular sauna bathers reported significantly higher levels of happiness and energy, more satisfying sleep patterns, and better general and mental health compared to non-sauna bathers.
Happier, more energetic, better sleep. That sounds pretty good.
It does. This wasn't just a fleeting effect. It was a consistent pattern of improved well-being.
It's like creating a conscious rhythm of care and connection with yourself, a dedicated pause button in our often chaotic lives. That's a truly powerful benefit, especially when we consider the growing challenges to mental health today. That's truly fascinating. The idea that a simple heat session can help us tap into our body's natural feel-good chemistry. But what about more serious mental health challenges like anxiety and depression? Is there actual robust research linking regular sauna use to reduce symptoms in those areas beyond just general stress?
There is, and it's quite compelling, moving beyond subjective reports to clinical outcomes. Studies show that individuals who use saunas regularly report significantly less anxiety and mild depression.
Less anxiety and mild depression reported.
Okay? For instance, one observational study revealed that approximately 40% of regular sauna users reported some anxiety or mild depression, a notably lower figure compared to nearly 47% of non-sauna bathers.
So about a 7% difference there, statistically significant.
Exactly. This indicates a measurable and consistent difference in overall mood and mental state across populations.
So a noticeable decrease in self-reported symptoms just from regular use. Are there clinical trials that delve deeper into this, perhaps looking at more severe forms of depression?
Yes, absolutely. A randomized controlled trial involving 28 patients diagnosed with mild depression reported statistically significant improvements in somatic complaints. That's physical symptoms like body aches often associated with depression, as well as improved hunger and relaxation scores after just 4 weeks of sauna sessions.
4 weeks showing results.
And in a more profound finding, another study explored combining sauna-based whole-body hyperthermia with cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, for individuals with major depressive disorder.
Whole body hyperthermia, so controlled heating of the whole body.
Right, often used in clinical settings. Among the participants who completed the study, a remarkable 91.7% no longer met the criteria for major depressive disorder post-intervention, indicating a profound and sustained remission.
Over 90% remission, combined with CBT, but still, that's incredible.
It's a very striking result. Their depression scores, as measured by the Beck Depression Inventory 2, dropped by an average of almost 16 points, which is considered a clinically meaningful and highly impactful reduction. These mood improvements were often noticeable as early as after the very first whole-body hyperthermia session, suggesting an acute and lasting antidepressant effect.
That's an incredible success rate for something that's not a pharmaceutical intervention. What are the biological mechanisms at play here that could explain such a powerful antidepressant effect?
The antidepressant effects of whole-body hyperthermia are intricately linked to the clapsyl IL-6 signaling pathway.
IL-6. Interleukin-6. Isn't that usually linked to inflammation?
It often is, yes, but context matters. Research found that an acute transient surge in the ratio of interleukin-6, IL-6, to its soluble receptor immediately after heat exposure was strongly associated with significant reductions in depression scores that lasted for weeks, and in some cases, even longer.
So a temporary surge is somehow beneficial here.
It seems so. Imagine it as a temporary all-clear signal that, when it surges briefly during heat exposure, helps rebalance the brain's neurochemistry and reduce inflammatory markers, leading to lasting improvements in mood, almost as if your immune system is sending a message of calm to your central nervous system.
Fascinating, like resetting an inflammatory signal.
Potentially. Additionally, as we touched on earlier, sauna use promotes robust increases in beta endorphins, which are a cornerstone of the body's natural pain-killing system, and significantly contribute to that profound feel-good response and sense of well-being that counteracts feelings of despair.
That's a powerful connection. A non-pharmacological, accessible approach to mood enhancement, building on robust trials and showing such lasting benefits. It's very promising for expanding our toolkit for mental wellness.
That's no.
And it seems the mental health benefits extend even further to chronic pain and chronic fatigue syndromes, creating a powerful loop where physical relief directly supports mental resilience. Tell us more about that.
You're absolutely right. This interplay between physical and mental relief is critical for quality of life in chronic conditions. For individuals suffering from fibromyalgia, a condition characterized by widespread chronic pain and tenderness, early studies and a more recent randomized clinical trial have shown promising results with regular infrared sauna use.
Fibromyalgia. That's notoriously hard to treat.
It is. Participants experienced truly large pain reductions, ranging from 30% to a remarkable 77% average drop in pain intensity, alongside reported improvements in mood.
30 to 77% pain reduction. That's life-changing for those patients.
It can be. Infrared saunas are believed to play a significant role here by releasing endorphins, easing deep muscle stiffness and tenderness, and importantly, improving sleep quality, all factors that are profoundly disrupted in fibromyalgia and contribute to a better quality of life. Many patients report feeling significantly more relaxed and experiencing less pain and stiffness after just a few consistent sauna sessions.
That's a huge impact for a condition known for its widespread and persistent pain and the difficulty in finding effective treatments. What about chronic fatigue syndrome, often another incredibly debilitating condition?
For chronic fatigue syndrome, CFSME, also known as myalgic encephalomyelitis, repeated infrared sauna sessions have led to measurable and subjective improvements in patients' well-being.
Okay, CFSME too.
Participants have reported significant decreases in fatigue levels, reduced anxiety, improved mood, and an overall improvement in their performance status, meaning they felt more capable of engaging in daily activities.
Less fatigue, better mood.
Yeah.
What's the thinking behind why it helps CFS?
The prevailing theory is that infrared heat helps stimulate cell regeneration, restores vital enzyme activity, and lowers cell death in individuals with CFSME, where mitochondria, often called the powerhouses of our cells, may not be working properly due to persistent inflammation or cellular dysfunction.
Targeting the mitochondria, the cellular energy factories.
Exactly. The gentle, deep heat helps to reset cellular processes, leading to improved energy production and reduced systemic inflammation.
These findings truly connect the dots between physical discomfort and mental well-being, showing how providing direct physical relief can profoundly support mental resilience and overall quality of life. It's about more than just feeling good. It's about regaining functionality, peace of mind, and ultimately reclaiming a sense of self.
Well put.
All right, so we've covered the history, the profound science, and the broad range of benefits from your heart to your mind. Now let's get down to the practicalities. How do we make the absolute most of a sauna session?
Right, the how-to.
What are the optimal temperature, duration, and frequency based on all this compelling research? What's the sweet spot for maximizing these benefits?
This is where the rubber meets the road, and it's important to acknowledge that protocols can vary based on individual tolerance and specific health goals. However, based on the robust research, particularly for maximizing cardiovascular health benefits and longevity, Optimal benefits appear to start with ambient temperatures above 80 degrees Celsius.
80 C, so that's about 175 Fahrenheit.
Exactly, 175 Fahrenheit. Traditional saunas typically range from 150 to 195 degrees Fahrenheit, while infrared saunas, which heat the body directly rather than the air, operate at lower ambient temperatures, generally between 120 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit, but still effectively raise core body temperature.
So temperature definitely matters, setting the stage for the physiological response. But what about how long we actually stay in? I imagine longer isn't always better.
You're right, balance is key. Session duration typically ranges from 5 to 20 minutes, depending on your comfort level, heat tolerance, and the specific type of sauna.
5 to 20 minutes seems like a good range.
It is. If you're new to saunas, it's absolutely crucial to start with shorter sessions, say 5 to 10 minutes, and gradually increase your time as your body acclimates and builds tolerance.
Start low, go slow.
Precisely. The key principle is to limit individual sessions to 20 minutes or less to avoid any risk of overheating or excessive dehydration. Always, and this is paramount, listen to your body and exit immediately if you feel dizzy, lightheaded, nauseous, or excessively uncomfortable. Pushing too hard can negate the benefits and introduce risks.
Good advice. Listen to your body. And how often should we be doing this for different goals? Is there a universal frequency that applies to everyone, or does it really depend on what you're trying to achieve?
It absolutely depends on your specific health goals, as the research shows distinct protocols for different outcomes. For cardiovascular health and longevity, the research strongly suggests that more frequent use confers greater benefits.
Okay, so for heart health, more is generally better.
That's what the data suggests. Protocols recommend anywhere from 2 to 3 times per week, or for maximum benefits, as often as 4 to 7 times per week. The minimum effective dose for significant cardiovascular benefits is often suggested as at least 4 sessions per week, with each session lasting about 20 minutes.
4 times a week, 20 minutes each. That's a good target for heart health.
It seems to be, based on that finished data. Consistency here seems to be the strongest predictor of long-term heart health benefits and reduced mortality.
So, for the heart, more consistent, frequent exposure seems to be the winning formula. What about for general well-being, mood, and just melting away daily stress?
For general health, mood enhancement, and stress management, a total of about 1 hour per week, optimally split into 2 to 3 sessions of 15-20 minutes each, is a great recommendation.
Okay, an hour a week, split up? That seems manageable.
It does. The Swedish study we mentioned earlier, which linked sauna use to higher happiness and energy levels, found that benefits actually plateaued at 1 to 4 sessions per month for those specific outcomes.
Oh, interesting. So even once a week could be enough for general mood.
For those specific reported benefits of happiness and energy, yes, it suggests that even moderate, consistent use can be highly effective for mental well-being without requiring daily sessions. It's about finding a sustainable rhythm.
And for something like growth hormone release, which sounds like a very specific biological goal for things like muscle repair and recovery, are the protocols distinctly different and more targeted?
Yes, they are quite specific for maximizing growth hormone boosts. The protocol for this is quite precise and often involves infrequent use, perhaps once per week or less, with multiple, shorter, high-temperature sessions.
Infrequent use. That's counterintuitive.
It is a bit, but it seems the body responds strongly to that spaced-out stimulus. Crucially, these sessions should be interspersed with significant cool-down periods in between. For instance, 30 minutes in a cool room or a cold shower.
The cool down is key for GH.
It seems to be. It's also often recommended to be in a semi-fasted state, meaning you haven't ingested food for 2 to 3 hours prior to your sessions, as fasting itself can potentiate growth hormone release.
Fasted state, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Lots of specifics for GH.
Yes. For example, 2 20-minute sauna sessions at 176 degrees Fahrenheit, separated by a 30-minute cooling period, have been shown to elevate growth hormone levels twofold.
Twofold increase.
Even more dramatically, 2 15-minute sessions at an even hotter 212 degrees Fahrenheit dry heat resulted in a remarkable 5-fold increase in growth hormone.
It's a highfold.
And repeated exposure, such as 2 one-hour sessions at 80 degrees Celsius per day for 7 consecutive days, can lead to an astounding 16-fold increase in growth hormone by the 3rd day, with effects lasting a few hours post-sauna. This effect can also synergize powerfully with exercise, amplifying the growth hormone response.
16-fold. That's almost unbelievable, but very specific protocols needed.
Extremely specific, yes. Not something for casual use.
That's incredibly precise, almost like biohacking. So imagine integrating this into your week. Perhaps a few sessions for your heart, a couple for your mood, and then maybe a targeted infrequent session for growth hormone, if that's a goal.
Right.
It's truly about finding what works for you and diligently listening to your body to find that personal sweet spot that aligns with your specific health goals.
Exactly. Personalization is key.
We've talked about the what and the how much, but let's dive deeper into the what kind. With all the different saunas out there, traditional, infrared, steam, which one is right for you? And how do their benefits really compare?
Good question.
Is one superior to the others across the board, or do they each have their unique strengths?
That's an excellent question, as each type offers a distinct experience and some nuanced differences in benefits, meaning the right one often depends on your individual preferences, health goals, and accessibility. Traditional Finnish saunas are known for their high dry heat, with the unique option to add humidity by pouring water over hot rocks, creating loyoli.
The classic.
The classic. As we've emphasized, the majority of robust long-term research, especially for profound cardiovascular benefits and overall longevity, is based on these types of saunas. Some studies also suggest that the more intense, sustained sweat response in traditional saunas, due to the high ambient heat, may be more effective for eliminating certain heavy metals, like mercury and cadmium, through sweat excretion.
So if maximizing those extensive longevity and detoxification benefits from studies is a key goal, traditional might have an edge for certain outcomes due to that intense, deep sweat.
That's one perspective based on the current body of evidence, particularly for those specific heavy metals studied. On the other hand, infrared saunas provide a fundamentally different heating experience.
Right, heating the body directly.
Exactly. They directly heat the body with infrared light at much lower ambient air temperatures, typically between 110 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. They are often praised for delivering a deep tissue warmth that many find more comfortable and tolerable for longer durations.
More comfortable, potentially longer sessions.
Sure. Yes. Their ease of home installation, lower energy consumption, and more gentle heat profile have significantly contributed to their growing popularity. While traditional saunas might be more effective for eliminating certain heavy metals via sweat, the deep penetration of infrared heat is thought to mobilize toxins from fat cells into the bloodstream for excretion via the liver and kidneys.
So maybe a different detox pathway for infrared, mobilizing from fat.
That's the theory, suggesting a different, perhaps complementary pathway for detoxification. Infrared-level temperatures have also shown solid research for reducing muscle atrophy and are particularly effective for conditions like chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, where a less intense heat is often preferred or better tolerated.
So different pathways for detoxification and specific benefits tied to infrared's unique, deep penetrating heating method, especially for muscle preservation and certain chronic conditions. What about steam rooms in this comparison? Where do they fit in?
Steam rooms offer a moist heat environment, typically at high humidity, close to 100%, but lower temperatures, 120 degrees F, 38 Lation, 49 degrees C, than most saunas.
Wet heat.
Very wet heat. They're often preferred for their immediate respiratory benefits, helping to clear congestion and ease breathing, as well as for skin hydration and alleviating joint and muscle discomfort. The high humidity can make them feel more intense than their temperature suggests.
Right. The humidity makes a difference.
It does. However, as noted before, the higher humidity can significantly reduce sweat evaporation compared to dry saunas. Since sweat evaporation is a key physiological mechanism for cooling the body and triggering some of the more profound cardiovascular adaptations, the degree of some physiological responses observed in traditional dry saunas might differ in a steam room. That being said, they still offer valuable heat therapy, particularly for lung and skin health.
So what does this all mean for you as a listener trying to choose? It seems the type of sauna can be less important than achieving a consistent core body temperature elevation and the time spent inside for many overarching benefits.
For many core benefits, yes.
But each type offers unique characteristics. Your choice might ultimately depend on your specific health goals, comfort preferences, and practical accessibility.
Exactly.
It's also important to remember that future research continues to aim to further distinguish between the nuanced health effects of traditional Finnish saunas, especially those that incorporate cooling interventions like cold showers or plunges, and the lower temperature infrared saunas that typically don't involve such variations.
Yeah, more research comparing them head-to-head would be great.
So we've covered the amazing benefits, the different types, and how to optimize your sessions. But before anyone rushes off to find a sauna, let's talk about the essential ground rules.
Safety first.
Exactly. Heat therapy is powerful, and with power comes responsibility. What are the crucial considerations and safety measures we need to keep in mind to truly heat with care?
Safety is absolutely paramount, and there are several key practices that ensure your sauna experience is beneficial and, most importantly, safe. Firstly, hydration is non-negotiable.
Got to drink water.
You must drink plenty of water before and after your sessions. A practical guideline is to consume at least 16 ounces of water for every 10 minutes you spend in the sauna.
16 ounces for 10 minutes. That's a good rule of thumb.
It is. Electrolyte replenishment is also critically important, especially if you're sweating heavily as you lose essential minerals like sodium and potassium. Think about adding some electrolytes to your water afterwards.
Right. Replace those minerals.
While sauna use can support your body's natural detoxification systems like the liver and kidneys, it absolutely requires adequate fluid and electrolyte intake to do so effectively and safely.
So water, 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 and thinking about those electrolytes.
Yeah.
And what about alcohol? I've seen people try to combine the two, and that always seems incredibly risky.
You're right to be deeply concerned about that. It's absolutely crucial to avoid consuming alcohol before, during, or immediately after a sauna session.
Just don't do it.
Please don't. Alcohol is a diuretic, meaning it increases urine output, significantly exacerbating the risk of dehydration. It also impairs your body's natural ability to regulate temperature, making you more susceptible to heat stress, dizziness, and even dangerous drops in blood pressure. It's a really bad combination.
And listening to your body seems like a basic, almost obvious piece of advice, but it's probably the most important safety measure you can take, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's foundational. Always, always listen to your body. You should exit the sauna immediately if you start to feel any symptoms of overheating, such as dizziness, lightheadedness, nausea, or excessive discomfort, beyond just the sensation of heat.
Don't be a hero.
Exactly. Do not push yourself beyond your comfort zone, as this can lead to heat exhaustion or heat stroke. If you're feeling unwell, have a fever, or are sick, it's best to wait until you feel better before using a sauna, both for your own health and for the consideration of others in a public setting.
Are there any specific populations who should be particularly cautious or perhaps avoid saunas altogether without consulting a medical professional?
Yes, there are special populations for whom sauna bathing may not be appropriate or requires medical clearance. Individuals with uncontrolled high blood pressure, unstable angina, recent heart attack, severe diabetes, kidney disease, or those taking medications that interfere with temperature regulation or cause drowsiness should exercise extreme caution.
Okay, a lot of conditions there.
And must consult a healthcare professional before engaging in sauna therapy. The potential benefits are only worthwhile if they do not unnecessarily amplify risk or worsen pre-existing conditions.
Check with your doctor first if you have underlying issues.
Always. No protocol is worth jeopardizing your health and safety, and medical advice should always take precedence for those with underlying health concerns.
That's a critical medical disclaimer, emphasizing personalized care. What about specific concerns like male fertility and pregnant women? I've heard some conflicting information about those.
For male fertility, it's true that the elevated temperatures in saunas can temporarily reduce sperm counts and motility.
Okay, so it can affect sperm count temporarily.
Yes, temporarily. However, studies show that these measures typically return to normal within about 6 months of ceasing regular sauna use, so the effect is generally reversible. For men who are actively trying to conceive, it might be advisable to temporarily reduce or pause sauna use.
Good to know. And pregnancy.
As for pregnant women, while Finnish women often sauna throughout their pregnancies with historically low rates of certain birth defects like anencephaly, and observational studies have generally shown no link to cardiovascular malformations in the fetus.
So generally considered okay in Finland?
Pregnant women with pre-existing conditions like toxemia or preeclampsia should absolutely avoid saunas, as their condition already involves increased resistance to blood flow and elevated blood pressure. Caution is key.
Right. Caution and doctor's advice. What about kids?
For children, sauna bathing appears safe for healthy children over the age of 2 years, always under strict adult supervision.
Over 2 and supervised.
Yes. However, it's important to remember that children have less efficient thermoregulatory mechanisms and lower sweat rates compared to adults, so their sessions should be much shorter, ideally 5-10 minutes, and very carefully monitored to prevent overheating.
Shorter sessions for kids. Makes sense. And finally, what about the sauna environment itself? Any best practices for ensuring the space itself is conducive to a safe and beneficial experience?
Absolutely. A well-maintained sauna environment enhances safety and comfort. Proper ventilation is important for maintaining a comfortable climate and replenishing oxygen. Vents help bring in fresh air and remove excess humidity and spent air.
Gotta have good airflow.
Definitely. Reliable thermostats are essential for consistent heat and preventing the sauna from becoming excessively hot. And accessories like accurate thermometers and hygrometers help you monitor both temperature and humidity levels, empowering you to control the environment and ensure a comfortable and safe experience tailored to your tolerance.
That truly stresses the importance of an informed, cautious, and personalized approach. It's about harnessing the immense power of heat therapy intelligently and safely, ensuring it truly contributes to your well-being.
Precisely. Heat with care.
So, we've covered the incredible world of saunas in depth, from their ancient roots to the cutting-edge modern science. But what if you don't have ready access to a sauna, or it's just not practical for your current lifestyle?
Yeah, not everyone has a sauna nearby.
Are there alternatives that can offer similar, albeit perhaps less intense, benefits of heat therapy?
Absolutely. Even if a traditional or infrared sauna isn't an option, you can still experience many of the wonderful benefits of heat therapy through simple yet effective alternatives like hot baths and hot tubs.
Ah, the good old hot bath.
Can't beat it sometimes. These forms of hot water immersion can effectively elevate your body temperature, leading to physical and mental relaxation, significant stress relief, and notably improved sleep quality.
Relaxation, stress relief, sleep. Sounds good.
They also prove invaluable in aiding post-workout recovery by alleviating muscle tension and soreness. Research on hot water immersion, for example, soaking at around 41 degrees Celsius, 105.8 degrees RFS, has shown it can notably mitigate the decline in force development after exercise-induced muscle damage, meaning your muscles bounce back faster.
So a good long soak can actually help your muscles recover and feel better. But do they provide the same intensity of benefits, especially those deep physiological changes, as a high-temperature sauna?
Generally, no, not to the same degree, particularly when it comes to the most intense physiological responses observed in high-temperature saunas.
Okay, so maybe less intense effects.
Hot tubs and baths do provide some heat shock protein production, vasodilation, widening of blood vessels, and an increase in heart rate, but typically at a lower level than very high-temperature saunas due to their lower overall temperatures and the conductive nature of water. However, hot tubs have a distinct and powerful advantage: hydrostatic pressure.
Hydrostatic pressure, what's that?
Sitting immersed in a body of water creates a gradient of pressure that aids venous return, meaning it helps move blood back out of your extremities towards your heart, similar to how compression boots or socks work.
Oh, like natural compression.
Exactly. With jets, a hot tub can also act like a gentle yet effective lymphatic massage, assisting your body's crucial lymphatic sewage system in clearing waste.
That's a unique benefit. I hadn't considered the lymphatic support and enhanced circulation just from the water pressure. And what about their long-term health impact, particularly on the cardiovascular system?
Research from Japan, where hot water bathing is deeply ingrained, for instance, has shown that higher frequencies of habitual hot tub or bath bathing have protective effects against fatal and non-fatal cardiovascular events.
So regular hot baths link to better heart health too.
The evidence suggests so, likely due to improvements in blood vessel health, similar to what we see with sauna use, albeit potentially at a more moderate level. However, a crucial safety consideration with home hot tubs and baths is that they gradually cool down, unlike the rigorously controlled high-temperature settings in laboratory studies or commercial saunas.
Ah, good point. The water cools off.
Right. So careful monitoring of your core body temperature and blood pressure is crucial if you're trying to replicate intense heat protocols at home, as the duration of effective heat exposure might be shorter.
It's clear that even if you don't have access to a traditional sauna, you have genuinely accessible options to experience some significant benefits of heat therapy. What about those urban sweat lodges or infrared blankets? Are they similar, and how do they work?
Yes, urban sweat lodges and infrared blankets are increasingly popular alternatives that deliver heat in a more personal, contained, and often portable way.
The blankets you wrap up in?
Exactly. These experiences are similar in concept to a steam room, but primarily use far infrared heat to raise the core body temperature. You're often wrapped or cocooned in an infrared blanket or sweat bag for sessions lasting around 45 to 60 minutes.
So like a personal infrared sauna?
Pretty much. The direct radiant heat allows for a deep, penetrating warmth without necessarily heating the entire room to high temperatures, making them highly convenient for at-home wellness solutions and offering a focused heat therapy experience. Many find these particularly relaxing and effective for muscle soreness and detoxification.
That highlights their convenience as a potential at-home wellness solution, making heat therapy even more accessible and adaptable to busy schedules. And finally, beyond simply choosing a heat source, are there ways to strategically combine heat therapy with other wellness practices for even greater synergistic benefits?
Absolutely. Complementary therapies can indeed create powerful synergies, amplifying the benefits of each modality. One popular and highly effective approach is contrast therapy.
Hot and cold.
Exactly, alternating between hot, like a sauna, and cold, like a cold plunge or ice bath. This creates a vigorous circulatory pump effect, rapidly dilating and constricting blood vessels, which many users report as intensely invigorating, leading to heightened alertness, reduced inflammation, and profound muscle recovery.
That sounds intense but effective.
It can be. The rapid shift is thought to stimulate lymphatic drainage and enhance recovery. However, it's crucial to note that cold plunges carry their own cautions, such as acutely spiking blood pressure and heart rate, so medical consultation is important for those with cardiovascular issues.
Right, cold plunges need caution too.
Definitely.
It's not about choosing one single path then, but finding the right combination that intelligently supports your individual journey towards optimal well-being.
Exactly. And importantly, exercise itself provides similar and often superior benefits to heat therapy, particularly for cardiovascular fitness and muscle strength.
Can't forget exercise.
Never. But here's the truly critical point that the research underscores. Studies show a powerful synergistic effect when sauna bathing is combined with exercise, offering additive benefits for cardiovascular health that are greater than either modality alone.
So, exercise plus sauna is better than exercise alone.
For certain outcomes, yes. For example, individuals who regularly exercised and used the sauna showed greater increases in VO2 max, a key measure of aerobic fitness, lower systolic blood pressure, and lower total cholesterol than those who only exercised.
Wow, that's compelling synergy.
It is.
Yeah.
This strongly suggests that sauna can be a powerful complement to an active lifestyle, enhancing the benefits of your workouts, or even serving as a highly effective therapeutic alternative for those with compromised exercise capacities who might struggle with traditional physical activity.
What a journey. From the ancient, profound traditions of global heat therapy to the groundbreaking, modern scientific validation of its benefits, we've truly unpacked the incredible breadth of impact that deliberate heat exposure can offer.
We covered a lot of ground.
We really did. We've seen how it powerfully bolsters cardiovascular health and contributes to a longer, more vibrant life, enhances athletic performance and accelerates recovery, and perhaps most surprisingly, has profound and measurable impacts on mental well-being, stress reduction, and fighting chronic fatigue.
It's truly compelling, isn't it? Sauna therapy, whether it's the intense heat of a traditional Finnish-style experience, the deep penetrating warmth of an infrared sauna, or even the accessible comfort of a hot bath, is far more than just a luxury or fleeting trend.
Right.
It's a powerful, versatile, and increasingly accessible tool for health and longevity. It's an investment in your physical vitality and your mental resilience, gently but persistently nudging you toward a rhythm of self-care and a deeper connection with your body's innate healing capabilities. While research continues to unfold the full metabolic pathways at play and refine specific protocols for every condition, the consistent thread across countless studies points to a significant and lasting positive impact on our health span and overall longevity. It's about empowering your body to heal and thrive.
Given the surprising breadth of benefits we've uncovered today, and its deep roots woven throughout human history, consider this as you move forward. What if integrating deliberate heat into your own routine could be more than just a momentary escape from the day's demands? What if embracing the heat in whatever form you choose is a simple yet profoundly impactful step toward a more centered, balanced, and resilient you for years and decades to come?